My opponent said that the doctor should be considered a murderer, but I disagree because the patient decided to be euthanized, so therefore euthanasia should be legal in all states. My teammates have already stated that it's painless assisted suicide, it's more humane, and the public support for it is high. But I'd also like to point out that euthanasia saves families thousands of dollars a year. According to LoneStar.edu, the average family saves $2,000 to $10,000 a year. By having a family member do euthanasia, it takes their pain away, so they're not suffering, and it saves you money for a good funeral and to live a better life, which is what they would want you to do. Also, according to the Annuals of Internal Medicine, families that don't do euthanasia go through adverse economic effects, and 31% of those families lose most of their savings. If they would have done euthanasia, they would have saved thousands of dollars. If you had a family member that was supposed to die and going through lots of pain, you wouldn't want them to suffer. If so, you should consider euthanasia.
Alright. My opponent has said euthanizing dogs and other animals is like euthanizing humans, but I disagree with that because animals cannot make decisions on their own. Humans, however, have a choice. There are many other ways to get assisted suicide done besides a shot or injection. Therefore, euthanizing animals and dogs is not like euthanizing humans. My teammates and I have already stated euthanasia is an intense process to go through that requires you to meet specific criteria. Doctors have turned down clients before who wanted to go through the course because they did not meet the targets. An alternative for the patient is going to see a therapist to help them. Also, in some cases, the subject is pressured or influenced by a family member to go through the process. We are given a life to live for a reason. Everyone should be grateful for the life they have. We have stated euthanasia can be described as an act of crime. If you think about it, helping someone kill themselves is murder. These doctors have physical control over that person's life. Euthanasia is giving doctors, families, and friends the right to kill. Euthanasia is also giving people too much power over one's life. Lastly, we have declared instead of going through euthanasia, you can go through rehab as a different option. Euthanasia is a permanent solution to a temporary issue. For teens who are depressed, instead of going through the performance of assisted suicide, they can go through rehab and still be alive and healthy again. Rehab centers focus on how depression can be treated with both prescribed medication and physical therapy. Our team would also like to point out that euthanasia is not the right way to go to end your life. It turns out some patients have a serious mental illness or disorder that can lead them to decide if they want to end their life or not. According to the KimFoundation.org, an estimated 26.2% of Americans ages 18 and older suffer from a mental disorder or illness. If you have a mental illness, this could trigger many decisions you make in life. One of those decisions could be euthanasia. With having mental illness, you're more likely to decide to end your life without you even knowing it. Example of a mental illness patient was Kate Cheney. My teammate has stated that she had a serious mental illness that led her deciding to end her life. Kate had short-term memory loss and terminal cancer. With this serious mental illness, she don't remember saying she wanted euthanasia. The doctor she was meeting also determined Kate did not have the capacity required to make decisions and opinions on her own. Euthanasia is killing lives that should not be killed. This family almost lost a loved one that did not want to go. Many families are losing loved ones with the process of euthanasia. With further research, Life.org has stated almost all who commit suicide have a mental health and or illness problem. These disorders are leading many people to attempt suicide, which can be treatable. People with mental disorders make disordered judgments. Like Kate, she did not know she made that judgment because she did not have a clear mind at the time. After hearing her claims, are you against or in favor of euthanasia? Is it right or wrong to help kill a beloved one? Don't you think we need to make it illegal? If you think about it, many teens and older adults are dying and being killed with the process of euthanasia. There are other options out there, plus many people think it's an act of crime. With many Americans having a serious mental illness, this leads them down to the path of euthanasia. Euthanasia is impacting and affecting our society in a negative and non-positive way. So the question for you is, how will euthanasia affect you and your loved ones if we legalize it in the USA? Thank you.
My opponent has stated that euthanasia saves money and takes the pain away, but I disagree because it won't end the suffering. Think about their family. Also, if it were your brother or sister and they were depressed and were in so much pain that they wanted to end their life, would you help them kill themselves and you yourself become a murderer, or would you help them get better and be happy? Many people that want euthanasia to be legal are only thinking about the patient's choice. It is not all about the choice. There's much more to it. Therefore, the world can be happier if we, instead of spending time killing, we spend time helping the patient live their life to the fullest. Euthanasia needs to be illegal.
Opponents have said that people have a choice and animals don't. But I disagree because according to a website, 54% of medical prisoners support euthanasia, and 88% of the public supports euthanasia. My opponents have also said that you can go to rehab if you or you can just go to rehab, but you can't. But I disagree with that just because that you can't go to rehab if you're terminally ill. And my opponent has also said that you can have a friend euthanize you, but you can't really have a friend just get a needle and inject you with the stuff that they use. And based on my own experience at home, we have saved 2 dogs from being euthanized. This may be irrelevant facts, but our dog, my pit brought at home, she would have been euthanized because she went through 10 families and would have been suffering through euthanasia. And yet only 4 states today support euthanasia. So should all states support euthanasia?